going home and get some sleep.
I Google. Well, I'll do it now. Okay. I finally gave up on that. Well, so much trouble with it.
Welcome, everybody. It's after 6:30, so we're gonna move into the citizen forum. I want everybody to look at the bulletin board, rules of conduct. Officer Call and Officer Eubanks will be the sergeant of arms, and the rules of conduct will be in effect today. The first on the sign-up list for the citizen forum is Deborah Hugan. Please come to the podium and state your name and your address for the record.
Hi, my name is Deborah Hewen, and I live at 431 Randall Lane, back here in Lake Forest, just past the roundabout, where that 25 acres is, that there's talk of rezoning that as industrial or commercial, so you can put public works facility there. I'm just going to talk as a homeowner and as a real estate agent. That is wrong. Everybody bought their houses back there while that was zoned as residential for other homes, R1, single-family homes to be built back there. We didn't buy it because we wanted the city to lower our property values and hurt us by putting in something such as a public works facility. If it was a community center, a park, a church, a fire hall, or anything else that would be of value to us back there, we wouldn't object to it. If it was single-family homes, we wouldn't object to it. But putting something in there that's industrial or commercial, that's going to hurt everybody back there. I'm almost close to retirement. The equity in my home is my retirement. You want to take $20,000 or $30,000 out of my pocket when I go to sell because you want to put public works back there in my neighborhood? That's spot zoning. That is wrong. It's not in your backyard. Jason wouldn't want it in his backyard. I know that. The mayor said he would love to have it in his backyard. Well, let's put it in his backyard. But don't put it in people's backyard that count on the equity in their home increasing and not being taken a hit. I know firsthand, because of Zellwood Drive, that industrial can hurt the home values. In 1 week's time, I saw a lady's home go from multiple offers, well over market value, to the people withdrawing from those offers because industrial sites started going up in her backyard. Nobody wants that crap in their backyard. I mean, don't fool us. Mayor, you may want it, but the majority of people do not want that. And if they give you power to negotiate with anybody that's contributed to your campaign or anybody's campaign that owns that land over there by the roundabout, I think the state comptroller's office needs to look at it. And even if that person that owns that land didn't directly contribute to you on paper, and they let one of their associates that speaks for them, like Danny Womble, contribute to your campaign, we're going to have it looked at. Let's not do some conflict of interest on top of everything else. And don't mess the people over back here. We're tired of being the second-class citizens of Laverne. We're the largest part of the population in Laverne, and we're going to start taking a stand. We're tired of you wanting to dump anything and everything over in our backyard. Don't allow anybody to buy that land to get it rezoned industrial or commercial. We're going to stand against you because you're talking about our money, our homes. $20,000 or $30,000 may not mean much to some of you, but it does to a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you. Next will be John Skinner. Mr. Skinner, come up and state your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Good evening. I'm John Skinner. I reside at 790 Stones River Road here in Laverne. I have talked to most of y'all individually. Appreciate the time. Appreciate you listening. I still haven't gotten answers to my questions. And again today, I don't know if it was the city that come and put the crush there where my driveway got washed out. Whoever, thank you. So I'm a little sideways, I apologize. I had to get out there and shovel most of my driveway back into the driveway. And so I'm hurting a little bit, I apologize. The reason I wanted to speak tonight is that there are things going on that evidently the city doesn't want to look at, namely the cave that they are forcing the water into. Last night, 1 o'clock, the water was up all the way to the berm that they had built around the detention pond. You couldn't even see the detention pond. You couldn't see anything over there. It was just a flat, watery surface. We have video if you'd like to see that. And then today, the water is draining out of the detention pond into the cave. And so this morning I took it upon myself to call the Corps of Engineers and to let them know that there's water and debris flowing across Stones River Road onto their property. Worse than that, there's water going underneath Stones River Road. Whose idea it was, who approved them the ability to pump water into a cave system, I don't know, but to me that does not seem ecologically sound or safe by any stretch of the means. The water is down. The water is going into the cave. Of course, you know, everybody says there's not a cave back there. Yes, there is a cave back there. Come on, let's get off our high horses here, people. This is not just going to affect me. In the long run, it's going to affect everybody that lives past me in the Bondwood subdivision, because they're not going to be able to get across that stretch of road when it caves in. All I'm asking for is somebody to come out there and look at it. I mean, just don't walk over here and say, oh yeah, okay. No, take a look at it. And if I have to, then I will call Ms. Abquitz back and see if I can't get somebody from her office to come down and take a look at it, because I'm sorry, I'm tired of getting woke up in the middle of the night. I love my wife, but oh John, you need to come see this. I don't want to see that, okay? I don't want to have to go out there and wade through there. Thank goodness only a little water got up underneath my house this time. And you're saying, well, it's not all about you. Excuse me, people, I'm a citizen here. It is about me. I am part of this community, just like each and every one of you. I've been here longer than most of you. I have loved this city much more than many of you.
I apologize, sir, that your time is up.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, but again, thank you, and please see what you can do for me.
Thank you very much. And the next on the list is Mary Jane Skinner. Please come up to the podium and state your name and your address for the record, please.
My name is Mary Jane Skinner. I reside at 792 Stones River Road. I have brought this subject up before the flooding since December 31st of 16. Nothing has been done right on the land next to me and my son, where the flooding is a constant headache. 3 flooding in 1 year's time. Each one is worse than the 2010 flood. My back, way in the back, where never had flooding before, is a constant flood now. It comes running off that burn into the creek. Once it hits the creek meanders and it's no problem. But then again, the water coming off the property next to John's, Mr. Amnon's property, it's a constant flooding coming onto my place in the back and coming in on his place. I was lucky today I didn't have to get debris out of my driveway from it running through the back. But something needs to be done. And as John stated, that cave, we know there was a cave. We've seen the bats coming in out of that cave before they started digging out. And that water going into the cave, I was told, once it comes out of the detention pond into the cave, it would go under Stones River Road to the lake. How sure are they that that's going to happen? Because we sit on a cave back there. So we know, is that water going to go under Stones River Road, or is it going to back up towards our property? I don't want to take that chance. And I know that we have a small cave back there on the property, very small. We have a very small sinkhole back there on my property, and we try to take care of it. So years ago, I asked, if I could clean up a creek that ran on that property next, Amnon's property. They said no, because it was private property. That creek has been dug up, rolled over, everything else. That property is nothing but big old pipes to hold the water back. That water was rushing like it was a river. It was white capping. I kidded and said, oh, well, we need a rowboat. And we need some hip boots. I was standing out there this morning in my boots, and it was at my calf. So I just don't like that. We've never had this before they started. I'm going to use a word that I don't care to use, but ever since that land had been raped, it's been a disaster. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. That rounds up the citizen forum. We got about 4 minutes for the meeting, so I'm gonna end the citizen forum.